Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. So this is my 2026 intentions video. Intentions better known as, what do you say? The things people want to do for the year. Goals. All right. So I just like to call them intentions. Pay no attention to the tape coming off the vision board, right? So this is my vision board for 2025. Notice all the things. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit, right? You can see all the things I had intended for 2025. Take special note of a few things here. The Eiffel Tower, stack of money. You know, everybody wants to make money, right? YouTube, growing the YouTube channel, passports, the fashion, luggage. Pay close attention to this, the After Set radio show. That's the radio show I do, everybody. Feeling good, cars, food, gifts, and this 100-pound weight results. All right, so let's talk about what went well in 2025 and what we're going to do in 2026. Because after all, this is a 2026 intentions video. All right, first of all, on the vision board, there was money. Everybody wants to make money. And you say, I want to make more money than I did before, or I want to make a lot of money. Now, I'm going to be very, very clear. I definitely made more money, but the goal here is to make a lot of money. And I'm going to leave this up on the board for 2026 because I feel like a seed was planted and it's coming into fruition in 2026. So I don't want to take it off the board. I mean, you never want to take it off the board, right? Stacks of money, right? You want to keep that on there every year. But I wanted to make it clear, I planted seeds in 2025 that are definitely blooming in 2026. And that's due to connections with girlfriends and the radio station. Now, I've told you before that I record a radio podcast and only record it once a week, but it plays several times a week, over 35 times a week, actually, and in different countries. And I'll tell you more about that in a separate video. But it is definitely getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you'll hear more about that as the year goes on. YouTube. I started to become more involved with the YouTube channel. I really started this YouTube channel years ago. And like so many people, I just waited and waited and waited, waiting for everything to be perfect before I started recording. And newsflash, I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. I don't think I'm ever going to have it together, get everything all lined up. You know what? Somebody said, just do it. Just start. And so all of the old stuff from 5 years ago that I wanted to put on YouTube, which was really outdated, and I was not that same person anymore. You know what I did? I scrapped all of that and started fresh. And I just want to make a channel that shows people how to live a life that they love. And that's what I'm doing. I'm working on that. And I want other people to have that same thing. And it looks different for all of us, right? And I always said this channel would not be just about weight loss. Weight loss is a very intricate part of my life right now, but it's not everything. It's not all I do. But if we're going to talk about the weight loss, so I had a goal there of 100 pounds by the end of 2025. That didn't happen. But I got very, very close. So again, another seed that's planted. In case you missed it, 75 pounds, 75 plus at this point. So definitely by the end of 2026, I will have reached that 100-pound goal. And then I'll move the totem pole a little further. In fact, I'll probably lose. Most likely, I'm going to lose more than 25 pounds this year, okay? That's just being real. But keeping that goal on the board, keeping it in sight so that I know what I'm going to do, what the goals are. You keep your goals there. And if you don't reach them, don't take them down. You just keep striving until you reach it. That's the real goal. That's the ultimate goal. Obtaining, reaching. You got to keep striving until you get there. So another seed planted that's coming into fruition. So 2025 was the start of something that's going to bloom in 2026. And sometimes that's how it works. Also, you saw things about travel. Guys, I do a little travel business on the side, but I'm going to just tell you, I do more of booking for myself and a few friends here and there. So I wouldn't say I spend a lot of time nurturing that business. And I may do more of that this year. If so, I'll let you guys know. Because if I go somewhere and I want to boost this business, you'll be the first ones to know, okay? In the meantime, just know it's an option. I keep it up here and I use it for my personal use. But interestingly enough, I use the Eiffel Tower as an image for the travel business. But I'm going to tell you how the universe works and fixes things, sees things that you don't see. Okay, so I have the After Set radio show, right? And we were pretty local. I live in Georgia, right? Pretty local. We have spread across the United States to different states and overseas. And about a month ago, the radio station was contacted by someone in, guess where? Paris, France. And they want to pick up the radio show. I'm not sure if they picked it up because I've been on hiatus for a week or two. But let me tell you this. It's on my vision board. And I thought it was going to be because of my travel business. But it reached down and touched me and picked up through my radio show. So, long as you get there, right? So, very good about that. The fashion on there, that's not necessarily the fashion that I want. But I wanted to exchange my wardrobe, update the wardrobe, which ties in with the weight loss, right? I had to clean my closet out a few times in 2025 due to weight loss. And I want to continue that trend in 2026. So with that comes new clothes, right? New wardrobe. That's inevitable. All right. So think about that. And the luggage, I'll go on a couple of trips this year. I will be actually traveling again, tied into the radio station, because we have plans to go on a couple of tours, concert tours this summer. Talk more about that the closer we get to that goal, okay? But travel is definitely in the future of 2026. Seeds, another seed planted in 2025. Also, there was a picture of a bedroom. I want to redecorate my bedroom. I started on that because I want to make my bedroom cozy, comfy, sexy. Only did a little bit with that. Seed planted to be bloomed in 2026. So I started. Also, you saw food on there. That was just me eating healthier, and I most definitely have started eating healthier and expanding my palate and my menu on the journey, because you can eat the same foods over and over and over again and you can get tired of that. So I expanded and I feel so much healthier. I feel validated in that when I talk to my nutritionist, which I talked to you about. If you don't have one and you have insurance, get a nutritionist. If you don't have one, find one on YouTube. Stuff is out there. We all need a nutritionist, whether we're trying to lose weight or just live a healthier lifestyle. Little things can make a major difference. I encourage everyone to do that. Please do that. So I did do that. You saw the gifts, the little Christmas stuff. That was about me shopping early so that I would feel good at Christmas. I did that. When I tell you I got everything that I wanted, that I felt like I had to have. And it wasn't anything big, but I didn't want to get to December and feel like I wish I had done something for me. I got my stuff in August. Yeah. This year I'm going to start in July. Maybe even sooner. Or just throughout the year. And I just wrap it up. And then at Christmas time, I put it under the tree. And guess what? On Christmas morning, I was a happy girl. And there were other things I had to do. So no worries, no stress. Do things a little bit at a time if that's what you need to do. Change your perspective, change the way you move, and things can get done. I think a lot of times we procrastinate. I can say that because I am a big procrastinator and I am working diligently to end that, or at least slow it down. But little bit by little bit, progress. Always, I'll take progress over no grass any day. All right. Also, we talked about the weight, right? I'm on the track right there. The car, I just put that on there because that just comes with money. I don't necessarily need a car right now. But I see one in my 2026. So 2025 laid a very good foundation for my 2026 intentions, right? My 2026 intentions are as follows. In terms of health, I already said it. The weight, I'm gonna get down that 100 pounds plus. Also, my doctor reduced one of my blood pressure medications. I was on 3, now I'm on 2, and one of them has been cut in half. My goal for 2026 is to come off of the one that has been split in half. Get down to 1 or none. But being realistic, I'm going to say 1. Anything above that is extra, and you know how we like extra. Extra, absolutely. But the goal is to get off the one that has been cut in half. My blood pressure is excellent, and I'm very proud of that. I want everybody, if you make some kind of strides with your health, you got to celebrate all victories, right? Big and small. And to me, that is a big victory because my goal is to be off all of this medication. That was the goal for getting healthy so that I can live a healthy lifestyle without medication as much as possible, right? Get healthy and you don't need medications. Maybe later I'll need more or something different. We'll see. But I want to be off this blood pressure medication for sure. And I think I can reach that goal pretty soon. All right. Same goal for Christmas this year is to have everything that I immediately want before Christmas, before December. Start in August and July, or maybe even throughout the year. Whenever I see something I want, for Christmas, I'm just going to wrap it up and I'm going to put it there. Make your list, your desires. Make your desires known and work toward that. Also, I'll definitely be traveling more with the radio station. The radio station was a priority of helping that to grow, and that is exploding in 2026. I'm going to list it all, and it's going to be phenomenal. Yes, I think I'm going to put a link below on how you can vote because we're up for a couple of awards. They're local, but everything starts out local. I'm making all kind of connections. And if I can figure out how to put the link below, please follow the link and vote for our radio station on page 6 and page 7. But I'll leave all the details there. Now, if you don't see it, it's because I couldn't figure it out. So one of my other intentions for 2026 is to figure out how to use my technology and help it work for me. Yes, I'm growing, and I thank you for growing along with me, coming along for the ride. If you don't see it, you know what it is. If it's not down there, then I'll do another video, separate video, telling you all the information and asking for your help in helping us to win these 2 radio awards. So I thank you in advance for that. Also, I'm going to continue on my health journey with my food. I can only get better. As long as you continue to learn, hey, you are in the game. Don't ever think that you know it all. You can always learn something. And I want to keep learning and growing. Also, I want to add reading. I like to write, but I haven't been writing. So I'm going to start keeping a journal to build my writing muscle back up. Because you get tired of You can lose that muscle when you just don't want to write, right? So I'm going to start writing more, and I'll start with a journal to get me back into the mindset of writing so I can, people say write that novel. I don't know if it's going to be a novel, but I know there's some things I can write about. Okay? So building that up and reading. We don't like to read. Most of us, we think we don't have time. We have to make time. And it doesn't matter what you read. I'm just going to pick something. I'm just going to read whatever I can, right? And maybe I'll read a few things to you that I find this year. But, as we get older, we need to read more to exercise the brain. Yeah, absolutely. That's another video in itself. We'll talk about that on another day. Want to improve on that brain fog. My workouts. I am elevating my workouts. Now, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder at all. No such thing. No, thank you. But I do find that the walking and exercise bikes and all the different things that I do, keeping me mobile. They're making me more mobile. And I want that to continue. I like it. I told you in another video that I can tie my own shoes, buckle my own shoes. And I couldn't do that a year ago. I had to have help with that. Now I don't need anybody to help me. I can touch my toes. That's a big thing. Mobility is huge. There are people, if your mobility is limited, I am telling you today that could change. Small things can change that. This time next year, you could be saying what I'm saying. I can touch my toes. I can buckle my own shoes. I don't need assistance. This could be you next year if you're not there already. Celebrate and just take the steps. This is about showing up for yourself. My intention, meaning something I am going to do, something that is a priority for me, is showing up for myself, right? Y'all see that my nose starts itching every time I get on camera. I'm going to start showing up for myself. It is important that we show up for ourselves. Because when you show up for other people, things happen. If you want to make things happen for you, you got to show up for you, for yourself, and be happy about it. Be glad about it. Sometimes you might feel like, I don't want to do this thing. I don't want to exercise. I don't want to eat right. I don't want to go in here and cook this thing. I want to just grab something else. You got to show up for you. When you show up for you, good things happen. You got to make yourself a priority in 2026. That is my intention, and I hope it's an intention for you. If I have inspired you in any way, leave a comment below. Tell me about it. If you have intentions that I didn't discuss, give me some ideas. Let's help the community. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Join. Hit that. I want to click that thing and join this community. Let's create a community, because then, things are happening in 2026, and you want to connect with people who are positive and who are going to help you get through and stay focused. That is what I'm here to do. I want to love my life, and I want you to love yours too. So with that said, I want to leave you with what I always say. Seek joy. And if you seek joy, you will surely find it. So until later, till the next video, I will see you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.